Hey guys, it's me. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I appreciate you. And if you're returning, I also appreciate you. We are about 100 subscribers away from 1,000. So I need y'all to pull in the ropes. I don't know. Do something. Help me out. I'm really trying to get to this 1K by the end of the month. Also did a little beat face, gave some green, if you guys can see, for the little Christmas with my forest green rule number 1 bead that ass shirt from Soul Through Soul. I will put a link in the description box so you guys can get it. She also has hoodies now, so you guys can get a hoodie. I need a hoodie too, and long sleeve shirts. So this is just the short sleeve version, but there's long sleeve hoodies and long sleeve shirts too for the winter time. So I'm going to jump right into this video. Also, before I do that, there's a link in the description box below that I need you guys to vote for me. As I mentioned in my last video, I was nominated for a Haitian Who Blog Award in their YouTube category. So I would definitely appreciate and love if you guys can vote for me. Checking the numbers, I'm currently in 3rd place, trying to make it to 1st place. Voting ends January 7th. Now, into the video. I haven't watched Real Housewives of Atlanta in a really long time. Nene was still on the show when I was watching it. I don't know what season she left, but currently she's not on the season. But there was this clip floating around on Twitter, and I had to watch the show because Drew Sidora, if you guys don't know who she is, she played T-Boz in the TLC movie biopic, and she also played herself in The Game. Y'all remember her? People want to call her the side chick, but Duran went after her too. Whatever. Anyways, so she's on Real Housewives of Atlanta right now, and she has a husband, and she has, I think, 3 kids in total. So they've been together as pretty much as long as they've been married. So she mentioned that they've been married. They're celebrating their 6-year anniversary, and they were together for 6 months before they got engaged and married, which I think is really, really fast. Now, granted, when you know, but I think because in this specific scene where they're arguing, and she says it in the clip where she's like, we're arguing about things in year 6 that we were arguing about in year 1. And I feel like because they didn't get to learn each other, they jumped into marriage. So now it's granted it is year 6, so it's what haven't you learned at this point? But the kinks and things they could have got out in the dating phase, they're now trying to get out in the marriage phase. So I want you guys to listen to the clip, and then I'm just going to respond on what the hell was said, because, baby, Drew, honey, I think we gotta get divorce papers. I don't know, he just really shady to me. So they did he set up an anniversary dinner for her. 6 years celebrating. They are in a pandemic, so they can't go out. So he had a chef come in to, have dinner ready for her. So I want you guys to listen to the conversation that they have, because it just went left really quickly. This is not that important.
Now we are 6 years in. Tell me about some of the things that you feel is working and what's not.
Oh, you want me to tell you what I feel is not working? That's a safe zone?
Listen,
because I'm gonna be honest.
It's a zone.
Okay, remember we went to marriage counseling, and we did the whole recipe for marriage. And one thing that we said that was important in our recipe was transparency. I feel like that's just not a part of the marriage. You don't ever put that ingredient in the marriage.
What makes you think
transparency? You feel comfortable just leaving and not telling me that you're leaving? That's one major issue. I'd like to see that change.
I think I'm a very, very pretty much outspoken person to where I show you.
Okay. But I'm sorry. I don't mean to talk over you. I'm just wanting to make sure you hear what I'm saying.
No, typically you talk over me, but go ahead.
Okay, you know what? I won't talk.
Go ahead.
I just wanted you to have understanding. When you go for a trip, do you feel like it's important to tell your wife that you're leaving, A, and B, that you're going for days, and where you were? Because you left the other day, and I still don't know where you were.
You don't really truly understand men and how we work, especially black men. If I leave, it's really truly in the spur of the moment because I need to get away.
Okay.
And I'm making the best decision I possibly can make at that moment. Staying is worse than me leaving. And I leave because you have no idea about the pressure that I have that's on my shoulders. I came from nothing. I'm the first generation where I'm trying to create what a true legacy looks like.
That's why I married you, though.
No, it's not, though.
I'm actually agreeing with you. We're like here.
If we really were here, we wouldn't have these problems. Okay, hold on.
Oh my God, you asked me a question. See, I knew this was a setup. We still haven't addressed the issues.
I understand it. I'm going to get to the root if you allow me to.
You know what? I'm not asking for much. Like going back to it because you danced around it. Like you left and I didn't know where you were.
Correct.
You didn't take my phone calls. You didn't talk to me. You didn't text me back.
I didn't?
Unless it was about the house.
Go and check your text messages. Not one single text message went without being returned in 1 minute.
What planet you can leave the house and you're married and you can't tell your wife where you're going, where you are? Like, that's crazy.
I was always accessible.
Where were you?
It's not about that.
It is. Where did you go? You can't tell me where you went.
I told you I was at the beach. I was
at
at
the beach
the ocean.
doesn't tell me where. There's a beach in all different states.
Drew.
Were you out of Georgia?
So tell me this.
Did you leave Georgia?
Absolutely.
Where did you go? If you don't feel like you need to tell me where you went, then we can dead end it right there.
Okay, so I don't even know where to start. First of all, I don't know in what country, city, state, borough, street, avenue. I don't know where he thought it was normal to leave his house without telling his wife where he is for not 1, not 2, 3 days. She has no idea where you are. You don't call her to tell her where you are. Apparently, I guess he texted her, but he still didn't tell her where he was. In the middle of a panoramic. Yes, I said panoramic. I know. In the middle of a panini. In the middle of Panic at the Disco. Where the hell are you going for 3 days without telling your wife? She literally she said they had an argument or something. He went, I guess, to his room. At least she thought he did, or went to his office. And she was banging on the door to bring him dinner. He wasn't answering. He left, didn't tell her anything for 3 days. Come to find out, this man went to Tampa. Baby honey bunches of oats. Drew. He has another family. There's no way he's leaving for 3 days. A husband is leaving for 3 days, and he said it's better for him to leave than to stay. And when she asked him about it, his response in the beginning was, "You don't know the struggles of a black man." You know what that reminded me of? That little boy that be singing that I think all of us is kind of sick of. He be like, "I am a black boy," or whatever the hell he be singing. That's what that reminded me of. Like, are you dead ass? Are you dead ass? And then he said, "I went to the beach, the ocean." Atlanta, I'm not from Atlanta. I've only been there a few times. There's no beaches in Atlanta. There's there's only beaches in Florida. So you left. Now, Atlanta to Florida, if I'm not mistaken, the drive is about possibly 6 hours. You probably drove. Maybe you took a flight. I don't know. But you still left your home without telling your wife, and she had to literally beat that information out of you. And then you had the nerve to ask her, why is that important? If the police was coming to look for you, or she filed a missing persons report, she would have no information to tell them where you are, my friend. Like, how do you not see that that's not normal? Like, that's abnormal activity. Literally, his shit would have been outside, packed up. Nicely, too, because I feel like when you do things, when somebody does something to you and you end up doing something so nice, like his shit would have been folded in suitcases and then the locks would have been changed. Because Sugar Plum, you don't live here anymore. Okay? Like, and then now we're getting a divorce, because if you feel like that is normal for you to leave your crib, and it doesn't seem like, and I say divorce only because it doesn't seem like the first time he's done it, or it doesn't seem like they haven't had issues. Like, they seem like they have issues constantly. Like I mentioned before, she said that they be arguing about stuff from year 1 that they're still arguing about in year 6. I'm not arguing about the same shit for 5 years. That's a no. That's a no for me, dog. Like, absolutely the fuck not. If we cannot figure out a solution within year 1 and we're still arguing about it year 5, 6 down the line, clearly this is a situation that cannot be fixed. They talking about they did counseling and they're still having these type of arguments. No. Drew, he's cheating. Okay, I I'm sorry, I don't see no... Do y'all have family in Florida? Do y'all? Because clearly she don't sound like she could have been like, oh, I tried to call a family member and they didn't know where you are, or they told me you were in Florida. Like, she had no idea you even left the state. And you needed to cool off. Cool off. Take a walk outside around the block. Honestly, Atlanta houses are so big. Take a walk around the house. By that time, you should have cooled off. Clearly, you have your own office or something like that in the house. Go to the office and cool off. Okay? We're not doing this. No, you're not leaving and said you went to the beach. To surfboard? Because a lot of black people don't surfboard. And he don't look like he surfboards. Okay? With jet skis? What did he go do at the ocean? I really want answers to that question. I was so confused watching that scene. Like, I really couldn't believe he really told her. Yes, I felt like it was necessary for me to leave. It was better for me to leave than to stay. They have, if I'm not mistaken, I don't even know how old their daughter is, but she's young. Like, you cannot leave your wife with the kids for 3 days and not say anything. What life? Like, she's grateful that she has her mom is living with them, which is also causing an issue because, you know, mother-in-law situations. It doesn't seem like that's been an easy transition, because apparently if you continue, well, if you watch in the beginning of the episode, they be like, oh, they try to have like alone time and mom will just like open the door. And I'm like, ooh, that's a problem. So clearly he tired of your mama living there too. And he just out here like, I'm going to need some space and I'm going to go live with my other family for 3 days. I'm going to go visit them, because I am not understanding this at all. Like, I really couldn't believe that this was a thing. And when she was telling the other ladies that, which I also felt like she shouldn't have told them. Granted, they would have watched it after. But at that moment when she was with the women and she was telling them, that was her first time meeting the other ladies. So like now they're looking at you like, sis, this is a big red flag. Like, it's waving. It's waving in front of your face and you don't see it. Because no, that's not okay. That's not... Drew, you too. She seems like a nice woman. I don't know her personally. She's a beautiful woman. I will give you that. Her kids are beautiful, you know. She has some like acting credits, so I don't think she's broke. It's time to leave the man. Live your life, because you guys have not learned about each other. They need to either date again or just break up and get a divorce. So that's how I feel. But this might be a season that I tune into, because the shade is evident in this season already. And I'm here for it. So I might watch it. But thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys out as always. Wow. Let me say that again. I appreciate you guys as always. Don't forget to hit that link in the description box to vote for me. Also, like and comment on this video. Let me know if you're also watching Real Housewives of Atlanta. Would love to keep in touch with all of you. And that is it for me. Now, this is the second to last video. My last video will be a wrap up of 2020. Although there was something else I saw, and now I'm tempted to do that video too. But if I could squeeze it in, maybe I will bless you guys for Christmas and give y'all another video, and then the 2020 wrap up. So cross my fingers that I'm in the mood. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye.